You know that feeling, right?
Oh, yeah, I totally do.
When the words are right there,
In your head.
they are ready to go, but they just won't come out smoothly.
Exactly. It's like a traffic jam in your brain.
A really crowded highway, especially when you are trying to speak English quickly. That delay,
That pause.
it happens because we are often trying to translate first.
We are thinking in our native language and then trying to switch it over.
That's the problem we are tackling today. We are going to train ourselves to think in English. Hi, everyone. I'm Mia.
And I'm Leo.
Welcome to The English Blend.
Today's topic is thinking in English training.
It's all about moving past that internal translator.
Getting rid of that middle step.
We want to help you sound natural and feel confident, even if your grammar isn't 100% perfect. Exactly. So grab your coffee and let's get started.
Let's start with a big distinction.
A really important difference.
We need to talk about fluency versus accuracy.
These two words are often confused, right?
They are. People often think fluency means perfection,
They think fluency means 0 mistakes.
but that's actually accuracy.
Accuracy means being correct,
Having the right grammar, the right verb tenses.
getting every preposition exactly right.
That is wonderful, of course. Accuracy is important for clarity.
But fluency is different.
Fluency is about flow.
It's about communication without excessive pauses.
It's the ability to speak easily and smoothly.
Even if you make a few small errors along the way.
Think of it like driving.
Oh, I like that comparison.
Accuracy is making sure you follow every single traffic law perfectly,
Always stopping for the exact right amount of time.
never slightly crossing the white line.
Always using your indicator light at the precise moment.
You are super accurate, but are you driving fast?
Probably not. You might be very slow and cautious.
That slowness is the opposite of fluency.
Fluency is being able to move with the flow of traffic.
Getting to your destination without jamming up the road.
Getting your point across.
That's a key phrase we should define, Mia.
Get your point across.
It means successfully communicating your idea.
Making sure the listener understands the main message you are trying to share.
For example, if I say, yesterday, I go to the store and buy milk.
That sentence has an accuracy mistake. I go should be I went.
But did I get my point across?
Totally. I know you went shopping yesterday for milk.
That's the core of fluency. The message is successful.
We need to focus on successful communication, not perfection.
It is crucial for A2 to B2 learners to accept small mistakes.
Errors are totally normal, even for native speakers sometimes.
We often shorten words or use slang that isn't grammatically perfect.
So, when you are training yourself to think in English, fluency is the goal.
We are prioritizing speed and confidence over grammatical precision.
Don't wait for the perfect sentence structure. Just let the words flow. That's the key to training your brain.
Now, let's dive into what stops that flow. We mentioned it earlier, the internal grammar checker.
Why does grammar, something so important, actually block fluency?
It's because learning grammar often teaches us rules.
A huge list of complex rules and exceptions.
And when you start speaking, your brain tries to check every rule.
It's trying to build the perfect structure before the word leaves your mouth.
Imagine you are ordering coffee at a cafe.
A common, simple interaction.
You want to ask, do you have any dairy-free milk options?
If I stop to analyze, do is the auxiliary verb, you is the subject, have is the infinitive form.
By the time you finish checking all those components,
The barista has already moved on to the next customer.
you hit a wall.
Another great phrase. Hit a wall.
When you hit a wall, it means you suddenly stop progressing.
You meet an obstacle or a limit and you cannot continue.
Your mental processing stops because you are focusing too much on the mechanics.
That wall is built of grammar rules and self-correction.
When we think in our native language, we don't think about verb conjugation.
We just speak automatically.
That's what we want to achieve in English, automaticity.
We need to stop translating word for word.
The translation habit slows you down by 50%, maybe more.
Let's use a quick, relatable example.
Let's say I want to talk about my favorite movie.
If I think, my favorite movie is The Martian,
A learner thinking in their first language might structure it literally.
they might think, my possessive, favorite adjective, movie, noun, is verb conjugation, The Martian, proper noun. They're translating each separate unit.
But if they just think, favorite movie, The Martian.
The English comes out faster because the brain recognizes the chunk of meaning.
It's about meaning and concept, not individual words and rules.
We have to teach our brain that the English concept leads to the English sound.
And the rules can come later. The beautiful thing is, the more you speak fluently, the better your brain naturally internalizes the correct structures.
You start using patterns correctly without thinking about the rule name.
That is the ultimate goal of thinking in English training.
Let's share a short story about errors.
I love this part.
When I was studying abroad in France, my French was terrible at first.
We all start somewhere.
I was so scared of making a mistake with the gender of nouns.
Lay it versus law, that's tough.
Yes, I would pause for 5 full seconds trying to remember if table was masculine or feminine.
Very accurate, but very slow.
Totally. One day I was trying to buy bread and I said, I need 2 big things.
Because you forgot the French word for bread?
No, I forgot the French word for loaf and couldn't remember the gender of the word for baguette.
Oh no, so you defaulted to thing?
The baker laughed, but he understood perfectly.
He got your point across. That's the key takeaway.
He knew I needed 2 pieces of bread. Communication was successful.
The cultural note here is that most native English speakers are incredibly accepting of errors.
They are just happy you're trying to communicate with them.
We prioritize effort and clarity over perfect conjugation.
If you make an error, it is not the end of the world.
That's a great phrase for our learners.
When we say something is not the end of the world, it means it's not a serious disaster.
It's just a small problem, or even better, not a problem at all.
So, a grammar mistake, not the end of the world.
Mispronouncing one word, not the end of the world.
Relax. Use those moments as learning opportunities.
Let's move on to the really practical stuff.
This is the training part. How do we actually switch our brains over?
We have 5 solid steps for our listeners.
Practical tip number 1, massive listening.
This is foundational. You have to immerse yourself.
You need to consume enormous amounts of English content.
Think quantity, not just intense study.
Podcasts like this one, TV shows, movies, YouTube videos, music.
The goal is exposure. You are filling your brain with English sound patterns.
Your brain starts recognizing which words follow which other words naturally.
Without needing a grammar book to explain the structure.
Listen passively, even when you're doing chores.
Even if you only understand 60% of what is said.
That 60% is still powerful input for your subconscious mind.
Your brain is soaking up the rhythm and the flow.
It's absorbing the fluency.
And the more familiar the sounds become, the less translation work your brain has to do later.
So, massive listening is step 1 for everyone, especially A2 and B1 levels.
Practical tip number 2, learn in chunks.
This is directly related to moving away from word-for-word translation. A chunk is a group of words that often go together.
They carry a single meaning, like one unit.
Instead of learning how, are, you separately, you learn the whole phrase. How are you?
Or, what's the matter? Have a good day. I'm running late.
These chunks are ready-made phrases.
They are like Lego blocks that are already snapped together.
When you need that specific idea, you grab the whole block. You don't have to build it word by word, checking the internal grammar rules.
If you're at work and need to apologize, you don't build, I am very sorry for the delay. You just use the chunk. Sorry for the delay.
This dramatically speeds up your conversational response time.
It encourages thinking in ready-to-use English units.
Practice collecting chunks from your massive listening practice. When you hear a phrase used frequently, write it down. That is your new fluency tool.
Practical tip number 3, the 3-second rule.
This one is tough, but effective.
When you are speaking or even practicing speaking alone, give yourself a hard limit.
If you pause for more than 3 seconds while searching for a word,
You must move on.
stop the internal search and find a way around the difficult word.
This forces your brain to stay in English mode.
If you pause for too long, your brain will switch back to your native language to search. And once you switch, you lose the fluency momentum.
The 3-second rule trains your brain to prioritize communication over perfection.
It makes you use simpler language if necessary.
Or describe the word you can't remember. If you can't remember vacuum cleaner, you say, the machine for cleaning the floor.
You get your point across using different words.
This builds confidence and speaking endurance.
It stops you from hitting a wall.
If you break the 3-second rule, remind yourself. It's not the end of the world, but try again immediately.
Practice this rule in front of a mirror or with a language partner. This is the most direct method for thinking in English.
Talk to yourself throughout the day, silently or quietly.
Narrate your actions.
Describe what you see.
When you wake up, think, I am awake now. I need coffee. I will wear the blue shirt.
When you are walking down the street, the sky is gray. That dog is very big. I hope the bus is on time.
This is low-pressure practice. There is no audience to judge you.
You are just generating simple, everyday English.
Start small, maybe 10 minutes a day.
And don't try to use complex vocabulary at first. Keep it A2, B1 level.
Use those basic chunks you learned.
This practice forces your brain to associate the English word directly with the concept, bypassing translation.
It builds those neural pathways for direct English thought.
Practical tip number 5, label your world.
This is a classic method, but highly effective.
Take sticky notes or digital labels.
Put the English names on objects around your house.
Fridge, table, door, sofa.
Every time you look at the object, you read the English word aloud or silently.
You are constantly retraining your brain to recognize the object and connect it immediately to the English label.
No translation required for simple, everyday nouns.
This is great for solidifying basic vocabulary without needing a formal study session.
If you are B2 level, try labeling actions or feelings.
Instead of table, maybe eat here or study space.
Making the labels contextual helps even more.
So those are our 5 steps: massive listening, learning in chunks, the 3-second rule, internal monologue, and labeling your world.
Let's just spend a little more time on those useful phrases we introduced. We want our listeners to start using these right away.
Phrase number 1, get your point across.
This means communicating effectively.
Example at a work meeting. I know my English isn't perfect, but I hope I got my point across about the budget.
Example in a simple chat. Even though I used the wrong tense, she understood. I got my point across.
Remember, this is the goal of fluency training, success in communication.
Phrase number 2, hit a wall.
This describes the moment when your progress stops abruptly. It's often used when studying or learning.
Example, during studying, I was practicing the past perfect tense, but after 30 minutes, I completely hit a wall.
I started talking about my weekend, but I couldn't remember the word for scuba diving and hit a wall.
This phrase helps you articulate that feeling of being stuck,
Phrase number 3, not the end of the world.
meaning it is not a catastrophe or a huge deal.
Used for reassurance and perspective.
Example for learners. You forgot the article the? Don't worry, it's not the end of the world.
Example of a daily situation. I missed the bus this morning, but it's not the end of the world. I'll just catch the next one.
These phrases are themselves great chunks to memorize and use.
Using idioms like this will make you sound much more natural.
It shows that you are progressing beyond simple textbook phrases.
It boosts your confidence when you can drop in a natural idiom.
Confidence is everything when training for fluency.
Because fluency is mental. It is about believing you can communicate.
If you are worried about failure, you will hit a wall.
If you accept that small mistakes are not the end of the world,
Then you can focus on making sure you get your point across.
that is the whole philosophy of the English blend.
Let's quickly recap everything we discussed today.
We started by defining our terms.
Fluency is flow and speed. Accuracy is perfection and correct grammar.
We decided to prioritize fluency for communication.
We talked about how the need for accuracy often creates the grammar block.
The internal translator slows you down significantly.
Then, we introduced our 5 practical tips.
Tip 1, massive listening to flood your brain with English sounds.
Tip 2, learning in chunks, groups of words that stick together.
Tip 3, the 3-second rule, forcing you to keep moving and avoid the block.
Tip 4, internal monologue, talking to yourself throughout the day.
And tip 5, labeling your world, connecting English directly to objects.
We also gave you 3 useful phrases to integrate immediately.
Get your point across, hit a wall, and not the end of the world.
These are all tools for training your English brain.
The process takes time and consistency, you know?
Yes, you won't switch overnight, but daily practice is key.
Just 10 minutes of internal monologue every day makes a huge difference.
Try talking to yourself while you are waiting for your toast to cook, or while you are walking from the office to the train station.
It has to become a habit, like brushing your teeth. The more you force your brain to function in English, the easier it gets.
Remember our core message. Fluency equals communication, not perfection.
Embrace those small mistakes and keep the flow going.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the English Blend today. We hope you feel motivated to start training your English brain.
Next time, we are going to dive in to the best ways to argue politely in English. You know, those tricky phrases for disagreeing without causing offense.
It's going to be a fun one.
Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more fluency tips.
Tell us in the comments which one of the 5 tips you are going to try first.
We love hearing from you.
That was a great talk.
Yes, see you in the next episode of the English Blend.